Rabbit-proof fence, 70 years later. Gracie. When Gracie was caught at Walloona, she was kept there for some weeks and then finally sent back to a Moore River native settlement. She went to school there, and when she finished school, she was sent to work as a domestic servant on farms north of Perth and on cattle stations up north of Geraldton. While she was working on a cattle station near Shark Bay on the coast, she met and married a young station worker named Harry Cross. They had 6 children: Lucina, Therese, Margaret, Marcia, Celine, and Clarence. After some years, Gracie and her husband left each other, and Gracie moved to Geraldton. She died in 1983. Gracie never returned to Jigalong. Daisy. After her return, Daisy moved with her family to a camp near Lake Nabaroo along the rabbit-proof fence south of Jigalong. She worked as a domestic servant on stations in the area. She married Cadabil, a station worker, and had 4 children: Narina, Elizabeth, Jenny, and Margaret. After her husband's death, Daisy moved to Caloonda Seventh-day Adventist Mission, 25 kilometers north of Meekatharra, where she worked as a cook-housekeeper until the mission closed in the 1970s. Daisy is a wonderful storyteller. She remembers those weeks back in 1931 so clearly, and it is because of her stories about that journey that this book was written. Daisy now lives with her daughter's families at Jigalong. Molly. Molly worked as a domestic servant on Balfour Downs Station north of Jigalong, where she married Toby Kelly. She had 2 daughters, Doris, the author of the story, and Annabelle. In November 1940, Molly became ill and had to go to the hospital in Perth for a few weeks. When she came out, the government sent her back to Moore River Settlement with her 2 daughters. 9 months later, Molly had a letter from home telling her of the deaths of some people in her family. She asked if she could go home to see her family, and the government refused to let her go. In January 1941, Molly ran away from the Moore River for the second time, taking 18-month-old Annabelle with her and leaving Doris, aged 4 years, behind at the settlement. She and her baby daughter arrived safely at Jigalong months later, following the same route she had taken 10 years earlier. She moved back to Balfour Downs with her husband Toby and baby Annabelle. 3 years later, Annabelle was taken away from Molly and sent to a children's home in the south. Molly has not seen her since. Molly and Toby worked on stations around Meekatharra until they stopped working in 1972. Toby died in 1973. Molly now lives quietly at Jigalong, but she plays a big part in the Mardu community. In the big Aboriginal family, Molly has 18 grandchildren, 29 great-grandchildren, and 2 great-great-grandchildren.